Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining in today. Today I'm going to try and bake for the first time my favorite breakfast toast called the tea rusk. I have a tea rusk every morning with my tea, but I usually buy it from the local supermarket. I remember as a child going to the our local bakery with my parents in the evening and picking up tea rusks which were freshly baked, smelled beautiful, and we used to have it for breakfast in the morning. So the batter of the tea rusk is halfway between the batter that we make for either a cake or a bread. Since they are rusk, they are supposed to be quite firm like a biscuit or a cookie. So the secret of that is to bake it twice. So the ingredients I have about 160 grams of plain flour or all-purpose flour, which is white. I have taken a teaspoonful of salt, which goes in there, and a teaspoonful of baking powder. I'm going to mix these up so they're evenly distributed. Into this I'm going to put 50 grams of caster sugar and a teaspoonful of vanilla extract. It's good quality vanilla extract. I have 80 grams of unsalted butter, which I have left out overnight, so it's quite soft. That goes in there as well. And I'm going to mix this up with flour so it becomes like breadcrumbs. Into this I'm going to put 2 eggs and mix the whole thing up until I've got a nice batter. It probably will not require any further fluid in it, and this should be enough. It's a very wet dough, so last bit I'm doing it with a spatula. Just have to do it for 2-3 minutes, not more than that. Make sure they're nicely mixed up, the ingredients. I have lined a small bread tin with some butter, and it's quite well seasoned, so hopefully it won't stick in it. If you know what seasoning means, then do watch my video on how to season the baking tins. I'm preheating my oven at 150 degrees centigrade. I have a fan oven. If you have a non-fan oven, then take it to 170 degrees centigrade or gas mark 3, or in Fahrenheit it'll be 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is mixed well enough. This is 1 pound or half a kilogram baking tin. I'm going to put this in there. Spread it out so it's even. It's a very low temperature bake, so 45 minutes to 50 minutes will be fine. So into the oven, 45 minutes. So I've taken it out of the oven after exactly 45 minutes. It smells like a vanilla cake, and also the texture is like that of a cake as well. So I'm going to let this cool down on the wire rack for the next half an hour, 40 minutes. Once it's completely cool, then we are going to slice this and then put it back in for the second bake. So my bread has cooled down nicely. I left it for about an hour. It's completely cool now. And I'm slicing it about 1/2 centimeter thick slices. And I'm going to lay them on this baking tray. So the baking tray is going to go in the oven for 10 minutes on each side. So again, the oven is on 150 degrees centigrade fan oven, which again is 170 degrees non-fan or 325 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 3 or 4. I'm going to bake each side for 10 minutes. So I'm going to put this in like this for 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, I'm going to flip all the toast on the other side and put it back in there for further 10 minutes. So they've been in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm going to turn them around, flip them on the other side. They're becoming quite firm now. and going to cook them for 10 minutes on this side again. So there we are, 10 minutes on each side. You can see the color is nice and brown now. They feel much firmer, and they will become even firmer once they have cooled down. So I leave them to cool down for a few minutes, and then I'll try one with a spread of margarine, see what it tastes like. So let's try some margarine on. I'm taking the corner slice, which is my favorite one. See what it tastes like. Obviously, I'll have it with a cup of tea in the morning. It is very nice. So it's savory, it's not sweet. It's not like a cake, so it's like a true tea rusk. Not a cake rusk, it's a tea rusk, so it's quite nice actually. And I got 14 of these over here. The one from the supermarket, a pack has about 7 or 6 in it, and it costs me £1.25. And this 14 over here, which will last me 2 weeks, cost me just over £1. So far more cost effective, homemade, and no preservatives in it, especially. That's the most important thing, and it tastes absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to let them cool down completely. They're still a bit warm, and I'm going to store them in my cake tin, and which they will last in there for 2-3 weeks without any problem. I hope you try this recipe and enjoy it. And until next time, see you soon. Thank you for watching. And if you like this recipe, please do give us a thumbs up.